Welcome to Grey County Life. I'm JC Coutts.
I'm Sarah Carmichael. Joining us on the show today, we've got Dave Middleton to talk about a golf event happening in Saugeen Shores in the fall. Also, Jen Wright from the city will be here to talk about the upcoming Waterfront Festival. And of course, Renee from the Owen Animal Shelter will be in with an adoptable animal. Good update. Our guest from last week, Pierce, the doggo, the blackmouth cur breed, has found a forever home, and he, I'm sure, is thriving in in his new location. So thank you to everybody for inquiring and for helping us spread the word about his need for a home. He was such a sweet dog.
I found myself talking a lot about him after we met him last week, to the point where I'm like over the weekend explaining to my in-laws, no, it's a blackmouth cur. I've never heard of it either, but this dog is like perfect. Like, you have to see this dog. And of course it's too late. The dog found a home.
I had plenty of people messaging me about him, like friends of mine that had saw the episode or heard the segment I did on my radio show about him, and they were like, I need him. I'm like, this is good news. Like, he's already been adopted, but unfortunately you missed your shot. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, a beautiful animal. Definitely glad to have met him, but we will be meeting another animal today, of course, that will be looking for a home. So how you been?
I've been busy. It's a busy weekend. Yesterday, of course, the Owen Sound Attack had their goodbye barbecue. They don't call that, but it's the end of season barbecue where it's a chance to say goodbye to some of the players that are moving on.
Yes.
A chance to hand out awards. And Mark McKelvey hosted yesterday. He did a great job. He does play-by-play here on Rogers TV. So it was nice to see him again and see some familiar faces from the team. And I'm already counting down to September. I know you probably are too, because Saturday nights are a little bit boring. Maybe not in the summer when the weather's nice, but otherwise my social scene is a little quiet.
Yes, I've run into several people in the recent weeks, and they're like, what do you do now on Saturday nights since you're not working at the games? I'm like, honestly, not much. Like, not a whole lot. I pretty much am just at home. Although there has been a number of events going on that have been great opportunities to get out. Like this past weekend, of course, we had the Hanover Home and Garden Show. That was going on at the P&H Center Saturday and Sunday, so that was good. And then on Saturday, it was the final hike for hospice in support of Grey Bruce Hospice or Chapman House. Now, they did one every single Saturday this month, so I'm sure that Amy and the team there are, grateful for the support, but they're probably glad that the month of May is over, because every Saturday morning for the past 4 weeks they've been making their way to a different location, helping to raise money for hospice. And each week it was another success, with money being raised for Chapman House. So a big thank you to those who participated or made a donation or volunteered. They really rely heavily on the fundraising to continue to provide the end-of-life care at no cost to the patients or their families. And they also provide care after. Like, after the person has passed, they provide grief support and other services. So it's pretty darn important. So thank you again to everybody for the continued support of that. But yeah, a busy weekend, lots of activities. It seems like the beach has been really busy as well, because obviously we've had some really nice weather. I mean, we've been so lucky with the sunshine. And I saw at an event that I was at, a girl had the worst sunburn I have ever seen. So please wear your sunscreen. It's too early for melanoma. It's too early for that. Please don't. Please wear sunscreen. Please.
Yeah.
It looked so sore. I just wanted to rub aloe on her. She was a stranger. I didn't. But I honestly was like, I bet you it would feel so good. Like, if I just rubbed a little bit of aloe on there. But I didn't. But please wear sunscreen.
Yeah, we were at the beach on the long weekend, which ended up being the first beach day for us of the year, which was a little bit cooler, but definitely had you could tell that it was the bottle of sun lotion from last summer, because it was still covered in dust and dog hair. And you're like, is this supposed to be kind of chunky? Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. It
does expire.
It does expire, so note that.
Check your sunscreen, check your bug sprays, even your aloe vera, if you have the after sun stuff. Check all the expiry dates, because it does expire. So I actually recently went through our bathroom cupboard and did a big purge of things that were well past the expiration date, including vitamins that have been in there for 5 years. I don't even know whose they are at this point. I'm like, well, no one's using these, so we'll just kind of rid ourselves of that and clear up some space. But yeah, make sure you're protecting yourself in the sunshine if you're going to be out enjoying it. We have got this week, hopefully, to get our gardens done.
Oh yeah?
Because they're looking pretty sad. I did some weeding and kind of did a little bit of churning with the dirt. But it's not looking good. So hopefully we're going to get to the garden center this week and spend a small fortune and get ourselves some plants to get in there and liven things up a little bit. But I also want to do some planting of some vegetables. Last year I had a pretty bumper crop for tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
Remember I brought you tomatoes?
That's right, you did. They were good tomatoes
I
too.
had so many tomatoes. I was like, take them, please. Hoping to do that again this year, but I'm not going to plant as many tomato plants, or I won't plant them as close together because I ended up basically like a tomato bush last year because they all just kind of grew and intertwined amongst themselves, and it made it very hard to get in and get the tomatoes, and we had to like do some clearing out of some of the smaller bushes. And anyway,
I think zucchinis is another one that if you don't stay on top of it, it will go crazy on you. We had a zucchini bush in front of our house in Wingham once, and I didn't even like zucchini.
Oh, okay.
So I was just coming into work with 50 of them every day, being like, here you go. I don't care what you do with them. If you want to take them home and have your kids whittle them into something, do that.
One of my favorite things to do with zucchinis is burrito boats.
Burrito boats?
Yeah, so you take your zucchini, you cut it lengthwise or halfwise, depending on the size, and then you kind of like hollow it out a little bit so it looks like a little boat. Yeah. And then you fill it with like taco stuff, so like ground beef with the taco seasoning, and then you do like whatever you'd put on a taco.
Ton of cheese, maybe a little avocado.
Onion, it's completely up to you. And then basic beans, whatever you want, and then you put them in the oven and you bake them. Wow. And so then you eat it like that. You can eat it like with your hands if you want, or just cut it up but it's basically like a healthier taco. And the zucchini takes the place of a wrap, and it's delicious.
That's a great way to get kids to eat vegetables and make vegetables suck less. I like that.
Honestly, so good. I've made these like probably 3-4 times, and every time I do, they're really good. So zucchini boats if you end up with a bumper crop this year. I did not have any success with zucchinis myself last year, pretty much just tomatoes. And I think
this program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
This is a brain in urgent need of mental health care. But because 3 out of every 4 Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, she may not get the help she needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
Welcome back to Grey County Life. Saugeen Shores is getting set for the 2024 Senior Canadian Amateur Golf Championship. It's going to be held at the Saugeen Golf Club, which is also celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. It's a big year for the golf club. And to talk about the event, we are joined by Dave Middleton. Hey, Dave, how are you doing today?
Fantastic. I'm so excited to to be on the show and talk about this event. We're just starting to get the word out about it now. So thanks very much for your help to get the word out.
Yeah, it seems a little early to talk about it because it's not until September 9th to 15th, the event actually happens. But our season is going to end for this summer. We're not going to get a chance to talk to you otherwise before the next season starts. So this is the chance to learn more about this event. And I guess the big question is, so right away in my head, like I'm imagining like professional golf stops. You've got the people on the course are watching these athletes compete. Is that what it's going to be like, or is it going to be something a bit different?
Now, that's kind of exactly what it is. It's not Tiger Woods that you're going to be watching. This is the Canadian Senior Men's Championship. We want to first of all say a big thank you to Golf Canada, who have been gracious enough to allow this event to come to Saugeen. And I say that with all seriousness. Saugeen Shores will be the smallest community in the history of this national championship. So a pretty cool thing to be able to get to come to the community. It's exactly as you described it. So most people, if you see the Canadian Open on television, we had a pretty exciting finish to the Canadian Open last year. You watch a PGA Tour event, you wonder what it would be like. This is exactly what it's going to be like. You can come experience all the things that happen behind the scenes. A special event we have called Golf Fest, which we can talk about in a little while. And as importantly, you're going to be able to walk on the course and see people who actually know how to golf. Your friends, you have a good time at the golf course on a Sunday morning, and well, that's not what this is about. This is 150 to 200 of the top senior men, so 55 plus, that are in the world today. Golfers from Canada, golfers from the United States, golfers from Europe will all come to Saugeen Shores to try to win this championship. And you can walk on the golf course with them and see what this game is really supposed to look like.
It's going to be busy in town, I'm guessing, because you're expecting up to 200 golfers from all around the world. So not just Canadian golfers, but we're going to have some Brits in there, some Scots, some Americans. It's going to be a busy time.
Yeah, we had to reach out to hotels and to make sure that we're going to have enough room for everybody first of all, and then we have transportation. Right, most people are going to be flying into one of the major airports to make sure to get them up to the area, and then while they're here, you have to remember we have the senior men on the golf course, and with them usually comes the senior spouse, and so we're going to have to do our best to keep them entertained. But I'm pretty sure. Saugeen Shores in Grey County and Bruce County. I think we can do it. We've done it in the past. We'll do her again with a lot of special things for them to do as well.
Yeah, you mentioned that we've done it in the past, and I wonder if that's of past success is part of the reason why we've attracted this tournament, being that this is the smallest club to ever host it. But specifically, and I know you were a part of the media teams for the Tankard and for the Scotties, and those events have been they've had amazing receptions. Amazing feedback. The people that were a part of it, the athletes that were a part of it, want to come back and do it again. And it just kind of seems like that we've kind of set the bar pretty high, and maybe we'll start to see more stuff like this.
We maybe have set it too high is maybe one of our problems. A bunch of credit to Doug Flowers and the organizing committee for the Tankard and the Scotties. Well, guess what? Most of us have already kind of organized an event like this. So we just really transferred over when the golf course was fortunate enough to get this. And we all said, and some of us not even members of the golf club, and who cares? It's a community oriented thing. So yeah, when Doug said, Dave, you got to come and help with the marketing, I said, all right, when's the first meeting? And we all kind of poured it over to do this. But you're right. The Tankard and Scotties, the last couple of events that we held were two of the best in the history of the event, notwithstanding the success of the ones that have been held in Owen Sound as well. And so I think a lot of organizations, including Golf Canada, recognize the fact that you can go to a major market and hold an event like this, but it gets so lost in everything that's going on versus here where it's the pinnacle, it's the event that everybody is going to want to be at. So hopefully they see that a little bit more, and we continue to get more and more premier events in the area. This by far will be the most prestigious golf tournament ever held in our area.
And do you already know, or at least kind of have an idea of what the economic impact's going to be? Because you mentioned you're going to have up to 200 golfers, probably up to 200 spouses coming. I can just imagine the streets of Port Elgin, Southampton are going to be full with the shops in and out, and the patio, the British pub, is probably actually going to feel like it's an actual British pub when you walk in through the doors once these golfers get here from across the pond. So it must be a huge effect that I'm sure Luke Charbonneau, the mayor of Saugeen Shores, is quite excited to be a part of.
Yeah, and it's been great to have the support of the community, not just from the political standpoint, Luke being obviously a great supporter of this event, but, you know, we had the major sponsors jump on board again. BDO is a national sponsor of this particular event, so we get the local offices of BDO involved. CIBC is on board. Bruce Power is on board. You know, all the people that you would expect would support the big events in our area, but we're also picking up lots of other sponsorship. So if you want to see kind of how important or popular this event's going to be, Friday night, we've actually got the Canadian Big Band coming to perform in the big tent, or what we're calling Golf Fest. And it's sponsored, happens to be by my own company, but Middleton Finner Financial. And anytime you get, like, that is the Big Band celebration's a major event in our area. So anytime they recognize the fact that they should be a part of this, that's a pretty good thing. I think Doug Flowers did an economical impact study, and it's in the millions of what this will generate. Same as the Tankard and Scotties, right? It was millions of dollars at a time of the year when we're maybe not so busy. This happening closer to the end of September, things have calmed down. Kids are back to school, not as many people vacationing in the area. So nice to be able to host it at that time of the year as well.
Yeah, and that'll make it a little bit more convenient for accommodation because, as you said, sort of the tourism season is done, so it'll be easier for the hotels and the Airbnbs and the bed and breakfasts to have this space available for all of the accommodation that's needed. Now, this is running September 9th to the 15th, and I would imagine with an event of this size, you will need a pretty long list of volunteers to make sure that everything sort of goes as planned.
Yeah, we're in the process right now of getting volunteers. I'm actually wearing one of the volunteer shirts today because I'm a volunteer like everybody else. You know, we're estimating a couple hundred volunteers probably needed, similar to what we did for the Tankard and Scotties, from everything from helping to run the events that are helping in Golf Fest, which will be the big white tent. So there'll be lots of interactive games. So if you come to the event and you go out and watch some golf and you're like looking for a rest, well, come on into Golf Fest. We've got, I think we're doing frisbee golf, and we're doing maybe bucket golf, and we're doing a mini golf challenge, and we have the simulator set up. And so there's of course beverages of your choice and live music and all of that stuff that'll be happening as a part of the Golf Fest. Well, we need volunteers to run that and all the different events. And then we need people to be on the course as marshals. And so it's a very extensive thing, but we're looking forward to getting great support from even the membership of Saugeen Golf Club, because let's face it, it is a fundraiser, and any of the excess money raised will go to Saugeen Golf Club. We're actually going to set up a legacy fund that'll help with junior golf from, you know, however long that money will last. So again, we're just starting to get that going now, but we don't have any problem. In Saugeen Shores, everybody gets out to be involved.
And I'm guessing too, if you're thinking about volunteering, it doesn't matter if you're a huge golf fan or not. You'll put people based on where their skill set is. So I'm a bit of a golf fan. So can I be the guy that like points out when the ball's out of bounds, where it's over there? No, you have to play it from there. Sorry.
I've got a funny feeling with these quality of golfers, you wouldn't be very busy. I don't know that they're going to spray much to the left or to the right. We are actually, one of the cool things that we're working on right now to kind of as a part of Golf Fest. I don't know if Brad, who is the general manager of Saugeen, has been able to finish it off yet or not, but we're trying to get the Canadian long drive champion to come and put on. Yeah, our problem, we don't have anywhere long enough for him to hit a golf ball. So
how far does he hit?
He'll drive it over a 375 yard par 4. Yeah. So we're still working on that. I don't know if it's all been put to bed yet or not, but that's the kind of, attention that this event is getting. When you get people like that, who happens to be a friend of Brad, when you can get people like that involved, you know that you're getting into a pretty major stop on the Canadian Amateur Tour. So super excited. I don't know if you can tell, but I am a bit of a golf fan myself, and obviously a bit of a curling fan myself. So it wasn't too hard to become involved in it. And I know they have the wine and cheese event that's coming to the golf club. I think it's the early part of June, and that'll be our first opportunity to get a bunch of people involved as volunteers. There's a volunteer package you can buy. There's a Golf Fest package you can buy, so you can enjoy the golf and enjoy Golf Fest. All of it's online, SaugainGolf.com. Go on there, go to the bottom of the screen. You'll see the links to click through to buy tickets, etc., and get all the information that you need. And as you mentioned, they're celebrating 100 years of golf this year at Saugain Golf. So what better way to celebrate than to crown a champion?
And well, with the 100th anniversary, obviously that's a pretty cool milestone for a golf course to hit that. I know that we've got some older courses in the area around here that have long histories, but for the Saugain Golf Club, what kind of a course is that for the amateurs that are going to be playing in this tournament? What can they expect to see? Is it like more of an open style course? There are going to be a lot of traps on the course. What are we looking at?
It is a truly championship course, and there's really two different golf courses. So the old 18, which are the front 18, I believe they're using 9 of those holes, and then the 9 new holes on the back. The newer holes, which I'm going to have to go from memory, but maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, were built more of a contemporary style. The other side more of I don't know that they were designed by McBroom, but they're more of kind of a classic golf course. But Golf Canada is very specific about golf courses that this championship has to go to, because it needs to have the level of maintenance that is required for them to play well on the golf course. And anyone who's ever played Saugain will tell you it's in great shape, as many of the courses are in our area all the time. So they look for that. They look for length. They look for difficulty. They look for slope. They have to make this difficult enough, but it's, they're not trying to beat somebody down, so they never come play in the event again. But anyone who's played Saugain will tell you it is a tough track. And that time of the year in September could be getting into some cooler weather, predominant wind coming off of Lake Huron, and that tends to be right in your face when you tee off on the first hole. So there are, some other factors that we may not know about yet. But again, kudos to the people who take care of Saugain Golf Club. It's always like a carpet out there. It's fantastic and well maintained.
Dave, I should ask you too about the tickets. Now, are the tickets for being a spectator for the tournament, are they actually on sale yet, or is that happening later?
You can get them if you go on the Saugain Golf website. I just checked it this morning. I believe they are up for sale now. And there are accommodation packages, right? So the best deal that you can get, first and foremost, is become a volunteer. And with a volunteer, you get a shirt and you can get a Golf Fest pass. And now you might as well get them. Like it's one of the nicest shirts I think I've ever worn. So, you get the whole package. But if that's not what you want to do, if you don't want to be a volunteer, just pop online and you'll be able to get those. Like I said, I think they're for sale now. A Golf Fest package, best package, because it gets you the behind the scenes stuff. It also gets you what's going on the golf course. We're also looking at doing some specific things for kids during the weekdays. We'd love nothing better than to get a bunch of juniors out, right? There's no better way for a youngster to become truly interested in a sport than to get them to watch it at this level. We did the exact same thing with the Tankard and Scotties with a lot of schools attending, and you saw junior curling just take off. It's doing very well at Saugain, but how cool would it be to get another 50 kids involved in the sport? That's what this event's all about.
I'll say if you've got kids and with summer coming up, if you're looking to get rid of them and have them do something that will burn off some energy, my parents got me a junior membership in Smiths Falls when I was a kid, and I spent a lot of time out there hacking away, not getting any better at golf, of course, but just not annoying them, I think was the biggest thing.
And
it got me out of the house and off the computer.
yeah, look what it did. It got you a job in media. Good for you.
It all worked out.
I actually had a membership at Stone Tree.
Wow.
When it first opened, I was in like grade 7 or 8. And so I had a student membership at Stone Tree. And so my friend Sarah Jones and I would go up and golf like multiple times a week in the summertime. And I mean, I definitely did not improve my skills, but again, it was something to do and something that I enjoyed doing. So I think it's definitely a great program to involve students.
Yeah, the Saugeen Golf Club has an incredible junior program. There's several courses in the area that do that as well. I know Legacy Ridge has a great one over there. Mike does a good job with that program. So if there are any parents that are interested in that, what a great way to celebrate the 100th anniversary. You get your youngster involved in the golf program, and they'll take them from the basics of, you know, how to hold a club to maybe one of the most important things that kids learn. And golf is a great sport to teach it, is etiquette. You know, how are you supposed to act on the golf course? And there's nothing better than when you see kids who know the proper etiquette on the golf course, so that the game of golf, the true game of golf, lives on by those kind of things. So also available, just get a hold of the Pro Shop. I know they're doing, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they're doing sign up for that right now.
Right. Yeah, that's a great point. Just learning the respect.
Mm-hmm.
Don't talk in people's backswing. I know that one. I learned that the hard way. But also, do they teach them the golf clap? You know, because you'll have to be prepared for when the event happens in September.
Yeah, you actually can see when, and I've been fortunate enough to work actually at a Canadian Open before, and you get to, you know, you see dad or mom and dad with the youngster walking along, and then somebody's getting ready to take a shot and they rustle around or say something or whatever. And it's cool to see the parents go, that's not how we act on the golf course. And usually they only have to do it once. And that'll be a neat thing to see with kids who normally, like in our area, you never get a chance to experience that. So it'll be interesting to see how people respond. But with that said, we also hope that, you know, as the final group is coming down the final hole, we make some noise.
Yeah.
Heartbeat of Mother Earth, I feel you and embrace your warmth. I see you dancing through the trees. Your song floats on the summer breeze. Community, we come together. We are the voice of our ancestors. Thankful for how much you bless us. Feel the thunder in the drum. All our voices sing as one. Feel the power, feel the pride. Feel the drumbeat deep inside. Feel the boom, feel the bass. Let's let go of time and space. It'll make you dance, it'll make you sing. Ode Wegun, Wedok Wishin. The drum will lead you, take you far. Always remember who you are.
Are you the type who would keep going or stop? It's not easy to stop when you have an addiction. Legalizing cannabis won't stop addiction. It trivializes its consumption. Let's be vigilant. If you need help, visit portage.ca.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Welcome back to Great County Life. Joining us in studio for the second week, we've got Jen Wright from the City of Owen Sound to talk about the upcoming Waterfront Festival. Now, this is a big one, right? Your Waterfront Festival?
Yes.
Because this is what, like a 4-day event?
This year it's 4. Yes. I know. I don't know why I do this to myself. I say this every year. Why do I do this?
Yeah, you're like, I could do that. And then months later, you're like, why did I do this?
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, tell us about it for anybody who's not familiar with what the festival is.
For sure. So the Waterfront Festival runs over the Canada Day long weekend. And so the Friday night, which is June the 28th, we have the Rock of Fame concert, which is all Canadian music, and it's all produced locally here with many of our talented musicians. And Chris Sherry Productions is actually hosting it for us, and that will be at the Kelso Beach Amphitheater during the evening. So it's all free, which is great. So we will be taking donations at the door, because we all know how much it costs to put on productions like this, but feel free to make a donation, but otherwise it's free.
Amazing.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. We've got a great big lineup of Canadian music by lots of Canadian musicians, and again, it'll all be performed by local musicians. We've got the Mackenzies in there. So yeah, I can't really tell a lot yet, but it's coming. It'll be announced pretty soon. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep, and then Youth Day is on Saturday, so we have youth entrepreneurs, we've got musicians on the stage, we've got dancers, lots of things for the youth, and you're going to be emceeing for us that day, which is always exciting.
Yeah, it's always so much fun, and you just love to see the kids having an absolute blast, and the parents are so thankful to have that as well, because it's so kid-friendly, all the vendors and the activities and the performances. It's just completely surrounded it's for kids, right?
Yep.
So I know the parents really appreciate that too.
Yeah, so we'll have a dog show, pony rides, we've got all the food vendors and the artisans will all be there as well. So an action-packed day. And we're working on a glow party for the evening right now. So more to come on that as well. And then on the Sunday, we have a water day. So we're going to be introducing people to SUPs, which are paddle boards, how to paddleboard, and as well as the dragon boats are going to be coming, doing a little showcase, and the rowing club, and we got some activities for the kids along the beach, and as well the food trucks will all still be there, activities happening within the park. And the one great thing is that last year we had part of it at the old tourism office on First Ave West, but everything this year will be at Kelso Beach. So you can just keep coming back day after day after day for more excitement. And then of course we have Canada Day, and we have an amazing headliner coming, but I can't even announce that one yet, not till June the 1st, but our headliner for that night, and then followed up by fireworks. And again, activities throughout the day. We have pony rides, and we'll have the amazing dog show we always have, EMS, the fire trucks, the food trucks, just an all exciting day. So bring your family and friends, come on and down and enjoy one or all 4 of the days. And if you're a vendor, we still have vendor applications open for that as well. Okay. And everything's on our website.
Amazing. Amazing. I'm very intrigued by the dragon boating, because I've always been interested in getting involved in that. Like, will people have the opportunity to actually try it, do you figure?
So that piece of it, they're looking at having it. It's a liability waiver issue. So I think that you can kind of see and touch and watch them, and they'll show you how they dragon boat, and they'll talk about how you can, if you're interested in joining the Dragon Boat Club out of Owen Sound. I know that they just got a new boat. We've also got the big canoe coming over from Meaford, a couple of them. So they'll be doing some tours as well that day along the shoreline, which is always fabulous. And it's super expensive to just book on your own, and everything will be free.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like the fact that if you want to learn about stand-up paddleboarding, which has just exploded in the last few years, you'll have an opportunity to do that as well.
Yeah.
We own a stand-up paddleboard. I'm glad that it's my wife's, and I was able to try it out last summer. There is I don't think there's any hilarious footage of me falling off of the stand-up paddleboard, but I did learn I can sit on one and paddle around like a champ.
Oh,
and they are quite fun for that. So
Yep.
if you're intimidated about the balancing aspect of it, they do make for an otherwise nice day on the water.
It's a crazy workout too. Like, it's a really good workout. You don't know you have those muscles until the next day, and you're like, oh my gosh, all of these parts of me hurt, right? But it is, when you talk about the whole balance piece of it, you have to really like get your feet in the right spot, and it's learning how to properly paddleboard. I think that's the important part. So learning how to do it right off the get-go.
Yeah.
I have a friend that does yoga on them, and I'm like, there's something wrong
Yeah,
here.
I know. I can't even do yoga on land. Imagine adding that to a paddleboard. Come on.
I'd probably put my back out trying yoga just in general.
There you go.
And if I tried it on a paddle boat, I'd probably drown.
Well, you always have to have your life preservers on,
That's
of
right.
course. And yes,
Yeah.
water safety, right? That's the biggest thing.
Exactly.
Let's go back to the Friday night concert for a second.
Sure.
Because I already like it because it's free.
Yes.
And it's a celebration of Canadian music with local artists. So I'm guessing that some of these local artists, they carefully went through and they went, you know what, there's songs that inspired me, something that meant something to me, maybe a band I grew up on, and now they're going to get to perform in front of, well, anybody that wants to go on the Friday evening. It's probably going to be a very cool, heartfelt night, I'm going to guess.
Yes, it is. And if you followed along, so Chris Sherry is from the Meaford area. He's not born and raised, but he's been in Meaford for quite some time, and he produced, he's done a lot of shows at the Meaford Hall as well as up at Blue Mountain. The Last Waltz is the one that kind of sticks with me, and maybe that's because my daughter was in that one, but people came from all over the place to see it, and it was actually, it was so packed. There was thousands of people there, and it's just the production itself and the music choices that he makes. So we went through an entire list of all of the Canadian artists, all of the music, and tried to fit the musicians that we have that were available to be a part of it into those roles. So the proper female voices, the proper male voices, if it was a band piece, and then we have a backing band for all of it. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting and a great night. So I think that Canada Day, and we have so many musicians throughout Canada Day as well, with a headliner during the evening before the fireworks. So yeah, if you love music, man, it's a place to be.
You're going to make me try to make you drop hints about this headliner, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to avoid that.
I can't release it till June the 1st.
Now my mind is racing.
I know, I'm really trying to decipher here.
You may know her.
Hint.
Yep, she's new on the field of kind of pop country, and she's from the city. She's from Toronto. So
pop country.
Yep.
Okay. Well, a lot of people right now have Google going.
Yep, I met her years ago at Boots and Hearts when she performed there, and yeah, we've been keeping in touch and bringing her to Owen Sound for Canada Day. So I'm super excited.
Excellent.
Yeah. So there's my hints, but I can't tell you.
That's all we can give.
We'll have to come back and do another show about that.
Yeah, once it's revealed.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And you said there is still opportunity for vendors.
Yeah, so we still have vendor bookings. Our food trucks are almost full. I've got room for like two spots left open. And then we have lots of spots left for vendors, which is normally kind of the timing. We'll see that kind of fill up at the beginning of June, so a couple weeks from now. So anything from artisans, we see so many different vendors, from jewelry to tattoo, like the henna tattoo artists, to activities for kids, to weighted stuffies. There's lots of vendors that come out, and they do fairly well on that weekend because we do see so many people through the park.
Yeah, because it's not just going to be local people. It's going to be people that are going to come to the area specifically for this.
Exactly.
Because there's so much going on. It's worth the drive because they can spend a few days and, plus, of course, all the activities going on at Kelso Beach, and then Kelso Beach itself, right? I would assume the splash pad will be
splash pad will be
available.
open, yep.
The beach will be there for people, and it'll be a big draw for sure.
Yes, it will.
Love it.
It always is, right? Yeah. It's always a big draw. And then Canada Day is kind of, we're one of the only ones left now with fireworks in this area. So we saw a real infiltration from the dinner time on of people coming to the park for Canada Day. So, and it's really cool. Like all the boats are out. There'll be people with lights on their kayaks, and you can see them out in the bay watching the fireworks from there. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually multiple locations to view the fireworks from. There's designated places, and then of course, is the water anywhere flat that you don't have an unobstructed view.
Exactly.
I know you probably hate this question, but you probably get it 100 times a year. When do the fireworks start? Because of course you have to wait till it's dark enough. At least here it's not as bad as when we lived out west and it was like midnight on Canada
Oh
Day.
yeah, you would have to wait, right?
Yes.
Yeah. A little bit of time to wait. Yeah, so 10 o'clock p.m. on the dot, it starts.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's not the word, we don't use the word dusk because it can kind of change,
Dusk
right?
is
So
like 6 p.m.
I know, exactly. So it's 10 p.m. And like you said, there's lots of viewing areas around the city that you can see it from. And we've posted everything on the website. So if people want to know and keep updated, and we'll be updating that as the weeks come of all of the activities and the headliners and the musicians and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Is there any major sponsors that you want to?
Big component of all of our events. We just had the Home and Cottage Expo, and we could not do these events without the volunteers. So lots of openings for the volunteers. That schedule actually will be released next week, and we start to reach out to any of the volunteers that had were involved last year or the year previous, or with other events that we have. And then we do a big shout out for volunteers to then join from the community as well. And it's a great opportunity for those teenagers who are, you know, they can actually start, if they're heading into grade 9 in the fall, they can start their volunteer hours for September this summer. So we just keep track of them for them and sign off on them, but they can come and help out. We have a lot of people who just like to come and set up. They just want to do setup. They just want specific skills that they want to do. We have a lot of retirees who just want to come out and help, and they love music as well. So it kind of gives them a little bit of a behind the scenes of what goes on, and it's exciting for them as well. And it's really fulfilling. We make sure we feed them and make sure we take care of them, and we try to get them, put into a volunteer task that they enjoy doing as well. And everything from greeters at the front gate, handing out Canada flag, Canadian flags, to helping behind the scenes with the musicians in the green room, to just attending to the vendors that are there as well. So lots of roles.
Yeah, and realistically, as you said, like a kid going into grade 9, if they wanted to volunteer at a couple of events, they could almost have their hours done
they can have their hours,
they even start
and
high
I have
school.
had so many students do that. They come to me within like the first summer and then the rest of the year, because they get in New Year's Eve as well, and they've got their 40 hours done, and they haven't even finished grade 9 yet.
And it's been fun for them to do at the same time. Like it's hardly a chore. It's a good time. And even I remember at the event last year with the Kids Day, it was like a whole team of teenagers, and they were so fun to work with and to have around, and you could tell that they really enjoyed their day as well being there.
In terms of moving around the city for the 4 days of events, is everything kind of going to be centrally located to Kelso Beach area, or will there be shuttles or anything like that? Any road closures?
No road closures. Everything will be at Kelso, and there's ample parking there. And there's also, you can walk from the boat launch. You can walk from, there's so many areas, a lot of people walk down to Kelso instead of having, and there's a bus route that does pass through there as well. Everything this year is at Kelso Beach. We just have tried to simplify things. It was getting difficult for vendors to move from the old tourism site to Kelso overnight kind of thing, getting prepped for the next day. So, and also give a shout out to our tourism center is now located at the Tom Thompson Art Gallery. So if you're looking for tourism information, maps or restaurant guides or anything, it's now all at the Tom Thompson. We're doing a pilot project with them this year, so
nice.
Yeah,
get your souvenirs.
Exactly. Yeah, you should. Oh my gosh, the new swag and the shirts and t-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff have just arrived, and they're pretty cool.
Oh, I'll have to go look.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, it's going to be another busy summer, as you said, with this Harborfront, the Sound Waterfront Festival, and then of course TD Harbor Nights is actually starting off this coming Sunday, June 2nd.
Yep.
And we're going to have those running every Sunday night. And I mean, when are you're gonna rest in September?
Yes,
that's the plan.
Midweek music is Wednesdays 4 to 6. Oh, I know, it never ends, but that's okay. You know what? I know it's coming, and I'm prepared for it. It's just getting through to the end of summer. And what a way to spend your summer. Like, you can come out and enjoy all of these activities at no cost.
Yeah.
You know, at no cost. Like, you can come for free. Sit and listen to some great musicians from the area. We have a few new ones coming in this year from Toronto, from Peterborough area, Collingwood. So, you know, come out and enjoy them and also support them. They bring their CDs and they bring their t-shirts, and it's a great way for them to, you know, make a little bit of extra money if you come out and support them.
Increase their fan base. And
exactly,
these free events so important, especially right now with the price of everything increasing for everyone, whether it be the cost of, you know, your housing. I know a lot of people's mortgages have gone up with the interest rates.
I spent $8 for a stick of deodorant the other day.
I know.
And not fancy deodorant.
We were just having this conversation about the grocery store prices, you know. I was talking to a couple in the grocery store yesterday, and they just said, we're trying to shop around and do the best what we can, but some of this stuff we've just stopped eating because it is so dear, right? Like, it's so expensive.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's definitely like we're sticking to the basics in our household. Like, when we go grocery shopping, we're buying what we need as opposed to what we want.
Yeah.
Because we're like, we can't afford all the extras. So having these types of events running throughout the summer is going to be so helpful for these families, because, you know, they've been feeling the pinch over the past year, and knowing that they can take their kids to this event and they can be entertained and they can have fun, and they, you know, obviously there's vendors there too if they are able to show the support, but at the end of the day, you know, checking out the event itself is going to be free, and these artists are going to be performing. It's going to be great.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks so much for being here, Jen, and for the second week in a row. We appreciate you coming back again.
Thanks for having me. I always love being over here.
I'm sure we will have you again very soon for what of many topics, I'm not sure at this point, but owensound.ca has all the information on your 4-day Sound Waterfront Festival and Canada Day activities. Majority of it all free events, so get out and enjoy it. And stay tuned. We're going to have Renee coming up for an adoptable animal feature next on Grey County Life. Join us next time. We'll be joined by Lacey Mooney to learn more about what's happening at the Roxy Theatre.
And Renee will be here from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter with an adoptable animal looking for a forever home on Grey County Life.
Where's you?
Hello, Grey County. I'm your warden, Brian Milne. Want to be the first to know about news, services, and decisions in your community? Watch Grey County Council meetings live from the comfort of your living room, right here on Rogers TV, Grey County.
I'm Carol Merton. Please join me for HealthLink, a program connecting home, community, and healthcare. Please join me and watch HealthLink on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Grey County Life. Renee joins us now from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter with a guest that I'm going to say matches my attention span anyway, which is kind of all over the place.
Oh my goodness.
You're a busy one, that's for sure. This is Lucy. And Lucy also goes by the name Deuce. So, I mean, if you prefer that name over Lucy, I don't know. I like Lucy. She is a spayed female, 1.5-year-old Pomsky. Now that's a mouthful. Lucy named Pomsky is
Lucy Pomsky.
Lucy Pomsky. It's a tricky one to say. She is a new designer breed, which we're starting to see a little more of, which is your Pomeranian crossed with a Husky. Now the purpose, I think, of this breeding was to make beautiful Huskies in a small, compact body. Sometimes they get a little bigger, which, I mean, genetics, I mean, of course they do. Huskies are big.
Yeah.
She is, that's a very good time to stand up. She's about knee height. Her estimated weight is about 40 pounds, so significantly smaller than your average Husky, which is about 70 pounds, but bigger than your Pomsky, which is unfortunately how you ended up homeless, because you got a little bigger than expected. She has the energy level of the Husky, as you can see, and the attention span of one as well. She also chases cats and squirrels and things that run because she's a Husky. She would be an ideal dog for a family who is active, a hiker, somebody who spends a lot of time outside. She wants to be outside and do outside dog things. Hey, where are you going under there? She is house trained. She is good in a crate, so that will certainly help, in her new environment, because it gives you a bit of a time out from the busy.
Yeah.
And she would love a home with another dog. Now, if you had another Husky,
she could come live with
wouldn't
me.
that be wonderful? Yes, they could run around for hours and save you some dog walking. Please don't eat the flowers.
They're fake.
They're
fake.
Don't do it, Lucy. Give me a love. Lucy, come here.
So cute.
She does, again, require that exercise so that she settles. This is, the non-exercise version. We did have a quick walk, but not a lot of one because it's hot out there.
Yes.
So certainly the exercise will directly influence the behavior of the dog. She is incredibly smart and very interested in making people happy, which is awesome. Give me love. Turn, can I? Okay, you're getting all twisted. Okay,
oh my goodness.
Come here. Just let me, okay.
She would be, as you said, best with people who like to hike.
Yes.
She can come with you on your adventures. And I mean, sorry, you may have said this, but how is she with other dogs?
She is great with dogs.
Okay.
Not things that scatter from her because, that's fun.
Yeah.
Again, squirrels are probably on the hit list, as are cats and things like chippies,
right.
the things that run. I'm sure the good news to her being smaller in size and weight is that it makes walking a heck of a lot easier when you walk past those things, because she does react. Right, you do react, but you're only like a little bit smaller. Yeah, you're a little bit smaller. She would be a fantastic dog for flyball and agility, because you can certainly use those skills to keep her motivated towards those sort of dog sports. Not all dogs like to chase stuff. A dog that does is certainly best for those sort of things. So maybe a flyball champion someday, or a frisbee catcher or something, right?
Isn't there like a dog jumping competition?
There sure is.
That they do, where they
you
throw the
good
ball
jumper.
and they jump and you try to measure how their distance.
Yeah, see?
I feel like you'd be really great at that because you look pretty nimble.
She's pretty bouncy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're beautiful.
She's
you really
so
are. I mean, if there's
She's
nothing
got the
else, you
blue-
could take pictures of her all
Yeah,
day.
she could be an Instagram influencer.
You could be.
Get her some
Could
brand
be a
deals.
superstar.
You could help sell Purina. She's got these
Good.
beautiful blue eyes, which of course is a husky trait, but again, in a smaller package than an average husky, but very, very beautiful. Oh my goodness, Lucy. You're a stunner.
She
Looks
is.
a little foxy with
She
the
is.
Pomeranian.
You're a stunner.
right?
Yeah.
Huh.
See, well,
Oh my
that was what they were supposed to do, is make me beautiful. It worked.
Yes.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah. Oh
Hey,
my
mission
gosh.
accomplished. Next
Yeah,
time
I
they
have
should settle you a little too.
There is a Pomsky that lives in my neighborhood that looks like a husky but is the size of a Pomeranian.
Nice.
And I initially thought that it was a puppy, like a husky puppy.
Yep.
And I remember when I was like, oh, just a baby? Like when I was walking past, they're like, no, she's 9. I was like, oh, okay. She's just built like that. But
Wow.
yeah, but I mean, it's, as we've said, she is a smaller husky.
Definitely.
As a result of the of the mix, but she's stunning. And if anybody's interested, of course, they could contact the animal shelter. I don't think she's going to be there long because
I hope not. These are not a dog that sits still well.
Yeah.
And certainly sitting still in a cage for a period of time certainly wouldn't be very good for her. I mean, they obviously get out and walk and all that, but the faster the better, right? So you don't get weird.
She wants to play and she wants to explore and be with her forever people. So
we've kind of shown in just a few minutes here how you've gotten her to go from about a 12 down to about a 6 now.
Yeah.
So as long as you're patient, she'll get there.
Exactly, she will. She's only been at the shelter like 2 days, so she's had an awful lot of chaos in her world. I mean, and it's a pretty good indicator of the personality. I mean, they come in pretty upside down, understandably, missing their people, and she's tolerated it incredibly well. Like to be able to come here only a few days later, meet a whole room of strangers, and travel in the car. I mean, she is going to be a great dog for somebody. You just got to be prepared to have the energy taken care of, right?
Yeah, but she clearly shows that she adapts well.
Yep, she does.
Which is really nice.
Where are you going? Don't blow it now. We just said how good you were.
She's like, on that note, bye.
I'm off.
Oh my goodness.
This is my belly.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Lucy. She's so cute. Oh my goodness.
And the grooming requirements are a little greater with these dogs. They have a double coat like the Huskies. She's doing fabulous at not shedding all over the place today, but with the warmer weather approaching, that's something that you'll need to consider. Keeping her cool, she will probably require an air-conditioned home or at least a cool spot for her to go.
Oh, a lovely fan.
This double coat is a little extra for her.
I know, baby.
And,
a little extra.
If she's got all of the husky traits, Renee, that probably means she's very intelligent and a bit of an escape artist too, which might be something for people to keep in mind.
Please don't let her off your leash. And we recommend that with all dogs going home for the first while anyway, because the reality is they don't know you, and they don't know. Often they've had name changes and everything else. But the Huskies are runners. Her previous owner did express that if you let her go, she's going to have this great game of catch me for a significant period of time, which Huskies love.
Several kilometers.
Exactly. So please don't do that, okay?
Unless,
please
of
don't.
course, you're a long-distance runner. And you want the challenge.
Take her in the field and go, but nowhere near here, please.
A nice big fenced yard would be ideal.
Exactly. Where are you going? Where are you going? On a mission. On a mission.
All right, Renee, we've got just under a minute left. Anything else we should know about Lucy, or anything else that's going on at the shelter these days?
Let's talk really quickly about heat and dogs. We see a lot of dogs getting overheated right now. Summer hit us quick. Super important that your animal has an area, dog or cat, to go to cool, and keep in mind that changes their behavior and their mood. Our bite incidences are up because dogs are unhappy and miserable, and they're dealing with the immediate change too, as is all things, people too. So certainly keep that in mind. Be aware with your children, especially in around unfamiliar dogs, especially with the heat. It's not good. But you're fine. I mean, you're hot, but you're fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely remember to keep your animals nice and cool and comfortable and safe. And if you're interested in meeting Lucy or any of the animals currently waiting to be adopted, you can always call Renee at the shelter at 519-372-1123. She's so cute.
You're sitting good. Yes, you are. I'm afraid to move.
Right?
Hold it.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
These days at your local Legion, we're marching to the beat of a different drum. On a mission to support veterans, to have fun, and to welcome everyone to our ranks. You don't have to be a veteran to join the Legion. And as a member, you'll join thousands of others serving our veterans, our communities, and our country. Oh yeah, and our Member Perks program will save you thousands on shopping, dining, products, and services across the country. Join us at legion.ca.
Everybody knows not to drink and drive, but some people still think it's okay to take drugs and drive. Police have the authority, the ability, and the tools to determine if drivers are impaired by legal or illegal drugs. And because drug impairment